Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. It's just Marco here once again, and I am here today to review another trailer, and it's because I was gonna see a movie today, but then I guess I wasn't for some reason, and so I kind of, we had like these people like doing all this gardening work all day, and so we kind of weren't able to really do anything because they were blocking the way. So I guess that was another thing that happened. And so, but I wanted to talk about this Joker trailer, Joker Folie Deux. Now, I was one of the people when the first Joker came out who said we need a sequel immediately. And there were a lot of other people, and, I'm not going to call them idiots, but they kind of are, some of them, saying, like, we don't need a sequel. We don't want a sequel. And it's like, why not? Like, this is a separate thing. This is an alternate take on the Joker. It's an alternate character. It's not even really the Joker. It's Arthur Fleck. I mean, in the Joker, he wasn't even Joker until, like, the last 5 minutes of the movie, and he wasn't even really Joker. He was just Arthur Fleck again. So, it's not even really Joker, and it's like there's potential here. I mean, that you can do a lot of things. You can fuck around and have as much fun as you want, and do a lot of original stuff that you couldn't do if you said this is the official Joker for the official Batman universe. Like, they can really have a lot of fun and experiment and do stuff that, isn't really as safe and is more risky and daring. And yeah, so I was one of those people who said, give us Joker Part 2. Don't let it end at that one movie. It's a waste. It's a big waste, because I would understand if they weren't able to come up with a good idea. That's one thing, but to me, it almost felt like it was like, well, why wouldn't you be able to come up with something? Because in the first one, it's like his origin, and then in the second one, he would get bigger and bigger, and then in the third one, he would be the Joker, and he would be at his prime. A trilogy, a Joker trilogy. But then the news came out about what Joker 2 was going to be. A musical. Yeah. And then the news came out about the casting decision. Lady Gaga is Harley Quinn. And, yeah, I think that, like, my excitement went from 100 to, like, 10% at that point. And I'm not even kidding. Like, I had no excitement at all. But then the first trailer for this movie came out, and you know what? It looked really good. The movie looked like, wow, maybe there's something here. Because I also thought, like, why would you want to now take away Joker from the spotlight and put in Harley Quinn? Because honestly, I'm a little sick of Harley Quinn. I'm a little sick and tired of, like, because it almost feels like Hollywood wants Harley Quinn more than they actually want Joker. And so they want to put her above Joker, and they want to put her in this movie so that maybe she can take over in the third one or something. Like, that's what it feels like could happen. But yeah, that was kind of disappointing, because it's like, I'd just like to see Joker. I would just like to see him all by himself for now. Maybe Harley Quinn in the third one, because if they make a third one, she's either going to be there, they're going to be together, blah, 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 or he's going to have killed her in this movie, and then he'll be alone in the third one again. Either way, it's a strange decision to say the least. Like, I'm really not excited about, like, the story in terms of that. Like, I really didn't want Harley Quinn and Joker in this movie simply because, like, in the first one, the reason why that movie worked so well, or one of the reasons, is because you really sympathized with Arthur's character and you really wanted him to succeed, despite the fact that he was doing some bad things. And now that he's got a girlfriend in this movie, it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like the same character, and it feels almost like, this is like a different thing. And I know that that's controversial. I don't really care. And then this trailer came out, because after that first trailer, I was like, okay, maybe this movie is secretly going to be really, really good. But then the second trailer came out. Now, the whole jukebox musical thing was already a big concern, but wow, this trailer was really, really bad. I mean, I know that a lot of other people probably really liked it, and they're all going to be quoting it, and they're going to be posting pictures and saying, like, oh my God, look at this one shot in the movie. It's so beautiful. It's perfect, and therefore the movie's going to be really good. But what I'm saying is, this trailer looked like it lacked substance. It was like watching a 3-hour Francis Ford Coppola movie. It was all style over substance. And the style was good in terms of the cinematography. But cinematography is like one of the easiest parts of filmmaking. I mean, it's really not that difficult unless you're just really boring and you can't really imagine how a good shot would look like, like, it's really not that hard. But, like, the thing that really, really took me off the deep end was the music. Joaquin Phoenix singing. Oh my God. Oh, it is just really, really horrendous. It is almost as bad as Joaquin Phoenix thinking that he's Napoleon Bonaparte, in the crappy Napoleon movie that shouldn't have been made by that shitty Ridley Scott. His singing is cringeworthy, to say the least. Lady Gaga singing, I don't want to hear Lady Gaga singing in a fucking Joker movie. So I gotta say, this trailer, after that first trailer, I had an excitement level of like 60. This trailer has brought my excitement all the way back down. It has brought it back down further to 0. That's right, 0. I would give this trailer an F+. Because it really I don't want them to spoil what happens in the trailer. But I also felt like from watching the trailer, a lot of what the movie's going to be is just fantasy. Because a lot of the stuff I just can't picture happening in real life. There's obvious parts where they're showing fantasy stuff. But then, there's a part where he's in the courtroom and he's just, performing in front of the whole crowd. He's standing up in front of the court. That wouldn't be allowed to happen in real life. They grab him and tie him down. There's just all the stuff that just feels like not real and not realistic like the first movie. So overall, I hated this trailer. It's almost as bad as that Captain America trailer, but it's a little bit better because, obviously, I think the performances might be good. Like, I'm not saying I think Joaquin Phoenix is going to do a bad job, except for his terrible singing. And then I'm not saying Lady Gaga will be bad, but I don't care about seeing Harley Quinn. You know what else is really weird, by the way? We've got a big romance problem nowadays. We've got a big problem as a society with Hollywood, everything. And I mean, just think back about Barbie. Margot Robbie even admitted in real life. She said, I was talking to my friends, and they were like, why didn't you have a kissing scene with Ryan Gosling? And she was like, I know, I should have done that. And she regretted it. Because, that whole movie was all about, women over men, men are bad, women are good. And so obviously you can't have Barbie kissing Ken because that would be a bad thing. And that would be, a sexist thing to happen nowadays. She's got to go off by herself and do what she wants to do. And then they had that Twisters movie. I mean, that's like a blockbuster, like a mainstream blockbuster. Obviously, one of the things that should happen in a movie like that is that the guy kisses the girl at the end of the movie and they get together. Well, guess what, guys? Steven Spielberg, hasn't made a good movie since I don't know when, had the nerve to give a note that they shouldn't kiss at the end of Twisters. And I thought, holy shit, what a stupid, retarded note that was. And that just makes me not even want to watch Twisters because I think that's complete rubbish. It pisses me off. It's irritating because it's like, honestly, if the scriptwriter intended them to kiss at the end, they're fucking kissing at the end, okay? But then you have this Joker movie, and what I'm saying here is that, like, in all these, like, normal blockbuster movies, these quote-unquote positive family movies for everyone, it's perfectly, it's not okay for all these couples to get together. It's not okay for a man to kiss a woman and for them to be romantically involved. But then in this Joker movie, in this R-rated, hardcore, weird, strange Joker movie, the whole thing is all about, like, this romance and this relationship and them being perfect for each other. And it's like, you guys see why our society is so fucked up nowadays? It's because in a Barbie movie, we can't get a romance between Barbie and Ken. But then, for romance, we gotta have that in a Joker movie. We gotta wait for the Joker sequel for us to get a fucking romance in a fucking movie. I mean, that's just sickening. Because, like, also, the Joker and Harley relationship, obviously they are made for each other, but it's a very toxic and abusive relationship. And I remember, like, even with the Suicide Squad movie, like, there were all these girls that were, like, fantasizing about, that relationship, and it was just really, really kind of cringeworthy to watch because, obviously they abuse each other and whatnot. And so I just think that that's hilarious, too. That's something else to talk about that I was like, you know what? That is really, really weird. I mean, I think, like, the best movie, too, that I've seen this year, and I've already talked about this movie before in a review, obviously, was, what was it called? Reverse the Curse. And that movie had a really, really good romance. Fly Me to the Moon was another fantastic movie. That movie had a really, really good romance. Hitman, that was another good movie. It had a really good romance. And so do you guys see, like, the common thread here? So anyways, please like this video and comment. Tell me what you thought of this shitty trailer. And then please subscribe if you'd like to see more honest trailer reviews. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.